Inside another issue of Chrome and Flames. I don't put bookmarks on these the way I do with the British ones, because these magazines are almost entirely features and almost entirely cars, and they don't have the pages of advertising and how-tos that the British magazines tend to have. Not that the how-tos in the British magazines are dull. I'm quite interested in some of those as well. So, Chrome and Flames, number 17, June to July 1991, and just take a look at the cover. There's all sorts in here, and we'll dive straight in. So starting with news, George Barris selling a whole load of his collection there. That's kind of cool. Bigfoot. Bigfoot was a thing back in 91. Quite amazing. Editorial. And we start with the Ultra Limousine, which is long. I mean, this is kind of cool, the fact that it takes 5 pages, 6 pages, and it's still not reached the end of the limo. So, how many wheels it's got? It's got 6 and 4 on the front, 10 wheels. Length 50 feet, width 7 feet, height 5.7 feet. Maximum speed 55 miles per hour. And it cost about $250,000 in 1991. That's quite mad. And over the page, a very different limousine. Well, no, another stretch limousine, but in this case, a stretch Lamborghini. I think it's not real. I think it's a Lamborghini replica. Obviously part of a trend. There's the interview with the owner of the company that does this, and you can see that they've done a few others, like from the Cadillac Fiat 500. I think that's a Maserati. And we return to the limo, which has a swimming pool in the back and a rumble seat, a long, long, long way away from the front. Very late 80s, early 90s excess. And there's your Lamborghini again. I don't know quite what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something like this. I'm going to do a stretched, I don't know, I'm going to stretch something exotic. I've just got to find a kit. I'll probably do in 43rd scale, because I'd be very scared to try to do this with a larger scale kit. So look out for that as a future project. Quite mad. Something a bit more like a hot rod, an actual hot rod. But this one, it says, is powered by a Maserati. Very attractive car, I like that. Lots of billet and a very shiny Italian V8. Visit to a show. Lots of very pretty vehicles. The pastels were a thing for a while, colour-wise for cars. Like this, 1932 Ford, I think. 1932 Phaeton. And over the page, something else. That's a more garish pink. Pro Street 1950s Corvette. Nice. And we can't see this one in all its glory because the poster with this magazine hides it, and I'm not pulling the poster out. I'm not putting the Lamborghini on my bedroom wall. But this is a Pro Street Monte Carlo. Interesting take on a Mustang, an earlier Mustang. You don't think you'd see that kind of spoiler on the back of a Mustang nowadays, or maybe even that kind of body kit on the front. I think if you did this, if you took an unmodified Mustang nowadays and did this to it, I think people would be running after you with the pitchforks and flaming torches. Though it does have a certain appeal, that spoiler. Another style again, very fat 1940s Buick. 1948 Roadmaster Sedanet? I don't know how you pronounce that. Top chopped, dechromed, Frenched headlamps. Yeah. And very pastel with the graphics, very, very 90s graphics. And another bit of Italian craziness, a Ferrari funny car. Ferrari would probably sue you if you did this again. Ooh, that's pretty. 1946 Packard Clipper. That's almost subtle compared to some of the stuff in here. And back to the Ferrari. classic mid-50s Chevy. Very hard to read what's on there because of the background. Another sample of very 90s graphics. Quite pretty. It's not a van, is it? It's not sure what the technical name for that is. So it's you think of Blazers as being four-wheel drive, off-roading things, but this one clearly more mini truck. And speaking of mini trucks, 1987 Toyota with the lifting bed. I like these wheels. I have to see if I can find anything like that. I don't know what I'll put them on yet, but I do like those wheels. And a completely different pickup again with a 29 Ford. Very nice. In 1991, if you wanted to buy some strange and interesting international motors. What's that? Silver Bullet, custom built show car, Chevy powered. $25,000. Cost over $180,000 though. That's quite a wild El Camino. And there you go, another issue of Chrome and Flames. Wild, wild cars.